YouTube and Snapchat and rumbling fucks, shake your tits and swing your dicks. You made it to another information-soaked, action-packed and unbridled installment of your favorite internet sensation with libation. That's right, the Friday wrap-up is here, so get up, do your happy dance, and pull up your pants. And we got one hell of a fucking show for you today. But before I get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to today's libation. You know what? This has been the fucking week from hell, okay? I know it's hot. It's a little bit more manageable today. So I needed something that, was cold, refreshing, a little sweet, because I had a sour week and packs quite a punch. So I went with an old tried and true favorite. That's right, my kicked up sweet peach tea. Now, you've seen me make this before. It's very, very simple. Get yourself some peach flavored bourbon, whether you're using the Jim Beam or the Evan Williams. Put yourself a couple of glugs of that in a nice tall glass. I say 2, maybe 3 shots. I think I got like 3.5 in here. And then fill it up with your favorite iced tea. Give it a stir, and a salud. Ice cold refreshment. Oh, that's delightful. That's like a wet kiss from a sweet, pretty Southern belle. A couple of these and I'll be feeling all right. Okay, well, so much to fucking unpack this week. What a fucking week it's been. Holy fucking shit. Okay, I think the only person that had a worse week than me in the entire world was maybe Donald Trump. Maybe. Okay, so right out of the gate, let's just get right to it. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick Marie Barone update. Kind of why my week has been so fucking delightful. Marie Barone came home yesterday. Yeah. Oh, you could tell by my face. I'm just fucking tickled. So let me explain why this is such a fucking problem. Okay, so as you know, my mother's been in a fucking rehab center for about 3 months now. Now let me give you guys a little lesson as to how these fucking organizations like to milk Medicare and basically cause legal insurance fraud. So Medicare, which my mother's like 100, so she's got Medicare, right? That's her primary health insurance. Then she has a secondary. So Medicare gives you about 365 days of hospital care. No questions asked. Out of that 365 days, they give you 100 days for like nursing home, rehab type of shit, care. No questions asked. After that 100 days, if that individual requires additional rehab time, the organization has to make a full report to Medicare as to why, what the fuck they did in the first 100 days that didn't take, and blah, 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 blah. And Medicare, of course, is going to have questions, okay? So to avoid having to do work and account for their incompetency, a lot of these fucking places just kick their person out after 100 days, whether they're rehabbed or not. And in most cases, the people come out worse than they were going in. Now, I know this, okay? Because I'm an educated individual. So, here's Marie Barone, right? 3 months in the fucking in the rehab center. Now, my mother is no fucking walk in the park. Absolutely, unbelievably, belligerently fucking stupid and dumb and stubborn. And I always say there's a fine line between stubborn and stupid. Like, I'm stubborn, but to a point. Okay, she goes past that point into the level of absurdity. So you ask her if she can walk, she'll tell you, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." Okay, so. Long story short, Reader's Digest version, here's why I'm a fucking irate person. The rehab center, I guess, was so fucking hell-bent on getting my mother out of there, because I know she probably drove them fucking crazy, because she drives everybody fucking crazy, and she doesn't think that she does. That's the worst part. Like, she thinks she's an absolute delight. It's far from it. So, they wanted to discharge her on Thursday. So, last week, I had a meeting with them, and I says, okay, well, and all along I've been in communication with the social worker supervisor, the head therapist, all that other shit. And I made my expectations very, very blatantly known. I wanted to be able to walk at least 10 feet unassisted, okay? She has to be able to go up 2 or 3 steps, because there's 2 or 3 steps going up into the house, right? And she has to be able to just basically do her basic functions by herself. And then from there, I know she'll be all right. So they asked me to that. Monday they call me. We set the time up for Thursday 11 o'clock. Monday they call me at 4 o'clock to tell me, well, we don't think your mother can go upstairs. I see she's scheduled to be discharged on Thursday. You just fucking coming to this conclusion now? Well, there's stairs going into your house. I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been I said, what the fuck? I've been saying that for fucking months. Nobody listens. We Google mapped it. Jesus, I had to keep my cool. I know I'm not known for my infinite amount of patience, okay? As you can tell by this show, okay? I'm prone to just like losing my fucking shit like that because the older I get, the less patience I have and the more volatile I become. Imagine what I'm going to be like at fucking 65. I might just shoot people in the face for just saying good morning, okay? So anyhow, it's like they just discovered fucking plutonium. So I said, what do you want me to tell you? They said, well, we think you're going to have to get a ramp. I said, okay, it's 4 o'clock on a fucking Monday. Now, I got to go measure the stoop and all that other shit. I said, so I'm not going to have one by Thursday. Oh, well, her Medicare is going to run out on the 14th. I'm like, fucking extended. They can't. Because, again, now they have to, and they go on to give me every fucking excuse in the book and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, we don't think she's going to get any better. I said, at what point did you come to this conclusion? After 3 weeks or after 100 fucking days? So they lied to me, basically, just to make this a short conversation. They lied to me and told me that she could walk, no problem. She can get up out of a chair unassisted, go to the bathroom unassisted, walk, no problem, 10, 15 feet unassisted, right? Ugats. So anyhow, I go there Thursday. I says, all right, I did it like this. Because my mother was insisting she wanted to come home. She didn't need a ramp and this, that, and the other. So I could go upstairs. I'm like, yeah, you say it. But you can't. Because they're telling me one thing. I said, so you know what? Just to fucking make this easy, I says, when I come there Thursday, you show me you go up 2 steps. If you can get up the stairs, I take you home. Okay? Very simple. And they were elated at Bel Air. Belmore. If you ever have a fucking family member or know somebody going there, just do them a favor, shoot them in the fucking face, okay? You'll be doing them a favor. So, they take her into, I get there Thursday morning, they take her into the rehab room. She can't even lift her fucking leg to go up a step this big. And they're like, well, you have to get a ramp, this and that. She could stay here until the 14th. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, what the fuck is 3 more days going to accomplish that 3 months didn't? I says, is she going to be magically able to get upstairs? Well, I'll give you time to get her. I says, you know something? I could get her up the stairs myself. Because she was driving me fucking crazy. They were driving me crazy. She said, well, you're going to need 2 people. And I said, sweetheart, listen to me, okay? No offense. I said, but I'm twice the size of both of you put together. I can get her up the stairs. So, long story short, I take her home. She could barely get in the fucking car, okay? Barely get in the car. And I had a car, not my truck, a car. She could barely get in that. That was a fucking problem. They sent an army of people out to help me. Because, again, she's fucking useless. So, I got her home. I had to physically lift her up the fucking stairs. Well, like they said she could get around by herself and all that stuff once she's on level ground. No, she can't. She's a complete and total fucking invalid. Now, because of this, I can't get any kind of home care to come in and evaluate her because they look at her as a fucking liability. So now I got a major problem on my hands. So I called the fucking nursing home this morning, and I fucking tore them a new asshole. Okay, they tried to make excuses and shit like that. I love how people say, like, as we leave, well, if you need us, we're here, call us. Okay. So I called her. They basically told me I was on my own. And then that's when I went fucking bananas. I mean, it was a classic Tommy rant. I wish I could remember what I said. I was in I popped 2 fucking blood vessels in my head. Okay, I looked like I had like fucking veins popping out of my head for about 3 hours today. I dug into these 2 cunts so bad that both of them were fucking bawling. Okay, talk about mental abuse. Okay, I ripped them apart. Okay, like a fucking savage. I told them they should kill themselves. That they're not even qualified to work at Walmart or the fucking DMV. Okay, lying cunts. All right, that's what they want. Lying cunts. Okay, so now I'm stuck with this fucking problem. Don't ask me how I'm going to get around to fixing this one. Jesus fucking Christ. Yesterday was just a fucking day. It was a day. So at the end of my fucking day, so now I'm playing nursemaid. I'm not gonna lie, kids. I ain't built for this shit. Okay, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, no. This is way too much. She needs like 24-hour care. It's a fucking problem. So I have a lot of good friends, and even you guys. I mean, people are gonna contact me and text me and email me. Oh, Tommy, is there anything I could do? Can I help out? And I love you for it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, stop, because it's a thing people say, and I've said it myself to people, and anytime one of my friends needs a favor, they ask me, I'm right there. But this is something altogether different. What are you gonna do? Come babysit this fucking belligerent lunatic? She's a potato. She's dead weight. You gotta fucking lift her. Okay? Now, I'm built like a fucking ox, but I'm not up there in age. I'm on about 5 different painkillers right now because my whole lower back is on fire. I'm not even fucking playing. Okay? I mean, seriously, yeah. So, I appreciate it, but there's not much you can do. Okay? Nobody's gonna come babysit. I wouldn't wish that on anybody that I like, let alone anyone I hate. Okay? Because she's that much of a fucking problem. So I appreciate it, but don't ask. Just don't ask. I don't know what to tell you. It's like when you ask someone, hey, you say, hey, how you doing? And someone actually fucking tells you. It's like, I wasn't, it's just something you say. And I get it, because there's always that one time that someone says, is there anything I can do to help? And I go, as a matter of fact, and then I get, I gotta go wash my ass. And but I know, like I said, a lot of my friends and colleagues will always offer. And loved ones, they'll always offer. And I know it's sincere, but there's nothing I can fucking tell you to do other than hit me with a truck, okay? And make sure I don't get up. That's the only, if you want to help me out, that's what you could do. So, at the end of this fucking shitstorm of a day, okay? It was about like 9-ish. I got her to bed, gave her meds, the whole thing. I said, something? I was hungry, I didn't eat nothing. I says, let me go up the block to my spot that I usually hang out, grab a little something to eat, have a drink, watch the fucking Giants game. Which I'm going to talk about the Giants game when we get to the sports update. This might be a little long. I hate to break it to you, but anyhow, so I go up to the bar. I sit down. I order my dinner. I'm watching the fucking Giants game. I was a little excited that I'm getting agita, having a cocktail. Now, there was this family, right? I don't know what their deal was. I've seen this guy and this girl come in there before. It's a pretty black girl and this fat little, I think he's Italian. Clearly, this broad's gold digging, okay? And she had like a troop of kids with her. Now, this guy was too old to be their father. So, I'm not saying this because it was a mixed couple. I'm just laying it out for you. You know me, I like to give you details. So anyhow, one of the kids is a fucking mongoloid. Imagine this. You ever see a black mongoloid? I never have. I didn't know they had them. Okay? So, the mongoloid kid got away from them, and apparently he ran to the front of the fucking restaurant and pulled the fire alarm. I'm sitting there minding my business. All of a sudden, this ear-piercing sound that it made my brain fucking vibrate in my head. I looked at the boy. I said, George, what's happening? He goes, oh, fucking kid. He goes, he pulled the fucking fire alarm. My buddy George is a very funny man. And then here comes the fat guy. What? Did that kid come in here? I lost him. Oh, you lost him. You should have put him on a fucking leash. I'm like, yeah, he's in the front playing with the fire alarm, you fat fucking retard. So I couldn't even finish my fucking supper. I had to go outside because the noise was just making my skull hurt. The fire department had to show up to shut the alarm off, clear the building. Oh, my God. I said, Jesus Christ. I said, that's it. I went home, took a fistful of painkillers, took a hot shower, poured myself a glass of Jack Daniels. I mean, just about this big, drank it and went to sleep. So, yeah, and today was no fucking better. Okay, it's no better. It's good. It's just, you can't even make this shit up. That's how fucking nuts it is. Anyhow, on a more positive note, I don't even know if this is a positive note. It's Elvis week. Okay, Elvis week goes from the 9th to the 16th. Okay, so now for those of you that are not Elvis Presley fans, as you can tell, I am. This is the anniversary of his death, which culminated on the 16th, he died. Okay, so he would have actually been 80. Let's see now, it's 45 years. He was 42 when he died, so 527. Yeah, he would have been about 87 years old. Okay, could you imagine what an 87-year-old Elvis Presley would look like? You know, I mean, and I hate to say this because I sincerely, I love the guy. I grew up listening to him. I've never seen him in concert, obviously. I'd need a time machine to do that. But I've always been a huge Elvis fan since as long as I could walk. So, in the spirit of Elvis Week, I have a little treat for you guys. So, say hello to my little friend. Yes, this is Big Bertha. Now, I know what you think. Oh my goodness, he plays guitar? He's a music aficionado? Is he a virtuoso? No, I'm none of those things. This is a little habit I picked up during COVID because I got bored. I will not hold myself out to be a guitar player. I mean, I'm great. I'm not fucking Eddie Van Halen. I like to pluck around. Anyhow, I know my way around the strings a little bit. I know a couple of chords. Now, funny thing is, Elvis Presley was not really, he played the guitar, but he played it rudimentary-ish. Like, he knew pretty much all the cowboy chords and stuff like that, and he could pluck around, but he always had a lead guitarist. Like, he started out with Scotty Moore, who was fucking legendary back in the 50s. And then as he started touring again in the late 60s and 70s, he had Jim Burton, was a fucking like a maestro on guitar. So, like I said, I know a thing or two about a thing or two. And I just figured out the basic strum or the basic rhythm of this song about 20 minutes ago. I looked up the chords. It was 2 chords to do it easy without throwing in any blues riffs or anything like that. And typically this song sounds better on a blues guitar or like a blues electric. This is a good old-fashioned acoustic. It's a Fender. But so bear with me. Like I said, I just figured this song out about 20 minutes ago. So this is a first for everybody, including myself. First time I'm playing in front of anyone. Usually I'm just playing in front of an empty glass of Jack Daniels. But so this, for the first time, Big Bertha's appearance on the Friday wrap-up. So here we go. Without any further ado. Okay, got my chords right. Isn't that pretty? I had to take my watch off because it keeps hitting the strings and it rattles. So, let's see. Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel, where you'll be so lonely, baby. You'll be so lonely. You'll be so lonely you can die. Now, if your baby leaves you and you gotta tell the tale, well, take a walk down Lonely Street to Heartbreak Hotel, where you'll be so lonely, baby. You'll be so lonely. You'll be so lonely you can die. I gave you the Reader's Digest version. No sense in torturing your past out. But thank you for allowing me to introduce Bertha. That was a treat. So, what else has been going on in our monologue? I made a new discovery actually last week, between last week and this week. On YouTube, there's a YouTube channel. It's a cowboy cook. Now, the man's name is Cowboy Kent Rollins, and for some reason, I'm like infatuated with this show. The guy does all chuck wagon cooking, Dutch ovens, coal cooking, stuff like that. Now, your boy, this may be a fun fact, maybe you guys don't know about this, but I spent a better part of a summer once in my youth in Texas, learning how to chuck wagon cook. So I haven't done it in forever. It was hot as balls, that much I do remember. But I had a lot of fun doing it and learned a lot of cool tricks. You could basically do anything in a Dutch oven or over a fire or over coals that you could do in your kitchen. So if you get a chance, go check this guy out. He's from Oklahoma. I don't know. I think it's his cowboy hat or the way he sounds. He's an older guy. It just fascinates me. So without any further ado, kids, stupid, and more fucking stupid. Look out. They got us surrounded, and here we go. All right, kids, on your hokel hoedown. Oh, my God, this governor is a fucking idiot. I mean, seriously, she is a fucking complete idiot. With the unbelievable rise in crime and her flat-out refusal to repeal bail reform, which would tremendously help resolve that issue, okay, instead of letting these fucking animals back out on the street, this fucking simpleton is more concerned with how the criminals in jail feel about themselves. You heard me, right? I couldn't fucking believe this when I saw it. So this week, this imbecile signed a bill that effective immediately will change the term inmate to incarcerated person. Who the fuck cares? I mean, you think that these fucking animals give a shit what you're calling them, inmate or incarcerated person? They're still in jail. If you go up to any one of them and go, hey, good news. You know, the governor changed the word inmate to incarcerated person, so you're no longer an inmate. They're going to look at you and go, do I get to go home? I'm still in jail? They're going to go, no, you're still in jail, but we're not going to call you an inmate anymore. They don't fucking care, you dumb, clueless futs. God help me. I actually miss fucking nostrils. I never thought those fucking words would come out of my mouth, but at least he had some fucking brain in his head. Granted, he had hand trouble, but at least he had some degree of intelligence. The guy was not that fucking far gone that he would say, oh, rising crime, let me pull back the bail reform shit. I couldn't fucking believe this. All right, kids, on another Biden blunder. Well, I've been waiting all fucking Friday for this. The Trump FBI raid. That's right, I said raid. Okay? Raid. Now, all the liberal news media doesn't like to use the word raid. They say it's harsh. They go, it was a search. Let me clear something up for you. Semantics could be fucking problematic. Let me clear something up for you. Okay? I have a vowel at the end of my name. I am no stranger to FBI raids. You ask any fucking greaseball from the neighborhood, we'll all tell you the same shit, okay? When the FBI shows up, whether they ring the doorbell or kick the fucking door in, either way, they got a search warrant, that's a raid, okay? Like I said, I'm not a stranger to this shit, okay? So, they fucking raided Mar-a-Lago. And here's why this is a Biden blunder, because I know you probably think, well, what's the correlation? Simple. This was political retribution. Listen, fucking Trump has the left so fucking terrified that they are absolutely fucking terrified of this man. Like, he is their boogeyman. They are so fucking desperate to hang something on him so that he can't fucking run in 2024 because now I have to phrase this carefully because I don't want to get I don't have the show yanked. Okay, so bear with me. I have to be somewhat diplomatic. They won't be able to produce enough votes in 2024 to win the election. Okay, now listen. Say what you want to say about the last election. Okay, whatever your thoughts are, you guys can pretty much guess what mine are. Water under the bridge. We're not going backwards. But going forwards, there's no fucking way in hell they're going to be able to win a goddamn election against Donald Trump. Listen, they wouldn't be able to win it at this point. Whatever Democrat they run, whether it's Biden, fucking Harris is a disaster, or that twink Buttigieg, whoever they decide to run in 2024 against any Republican that runs in 2024, it's going to be a hard battle. They're probably not going to win it, but if it's Trump that's running, it's a fucking landslide. Okay, now this fucking here's the basis of the raid, right? So the Department of Justice and the FBI did not come out right away after this raid happened. Now, the fact that they raided a former president's home, unprecedented, it's never happened before. Okay, it's fucking crazy. Now, they said the reason for the raid was because he may or may not be in possession of classified documents. Now, let me clear this up for you, okay? When a president leaves office, any paperwork that they have in their office, in their possession, that they consider that theirs, that they want to keep, they take. Problem is, they're not the ones packing it up. It's their aides. You can see Trump packing up boxes. No. So it's whatever office personnel is doing that. Now, any documents that are there usually are declassified by that president before they leave office. A president can declassify a document. A cocktail napkin with a phone number could be considered a classified document. Now, that said, that's what were in the boxes that left the White House that was sent to Mar-a-Lago. Anything that was in Trump's possession. Now, typically all of that was declassified. Now, there were some documents maybe that weren't, or maybe the classification was a little questionable. So, National Archives, the feds, contacted the Trump organization to do a document exchange, whatever. And the Trump organization was cooperating with them. As a matter of fact, the documents where they were stored in Mar-a-Lago, they said wasn't secure enough, add an extra lock, so they did that. So there was no problem there. There was total cooperation. Now, the purpose of the search warrant was because they said that there was allegedly some kind of maybe nuclear document or whatever the fuck they considered was classified. Now, Trump declassified everything, but he was in full cooperation. So if they just needed a particular document, they could have handled that by subpoena. There's no need for a raid. This was overreach. Okay, this was abuse of power. This was, political retribution. Okay? This was a sideways order by Biden to fucking that little fucking worm, who was the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, okay, who told a fucking Democrat judge that's in the Democrats' pockets, he represented fucking Epstein, this fucking guy that issued a warrant. Now, the warrant isn't the fucking concern here. Everybody wants to see the warrant. The DOJ and the FBI purposely didn't release the warrant right away because this became a shitstorm. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking if raiding a former president's house, how this was going to go okay for them. So now here's the issue. It's not the fucking warrant. They released the warrant. And again, it's just what I said. It's the affidavit that you got to worry about. Here's where experience comes in. A warrant is bullshit. You can fucking issue a warrant over anything. That doesn't mean anything, okay? Any judge could issue a fucking warrant to have you raided or searched, okay? It's the affidavit that counts. Now, the affidavit is when they categorize everything that they're seizing. Okay, before they take it, they're supposed to categorize and basically list. All right, we're taking this, 2 hard drives, this, that, 4 boxes, 3 boxes, a cocktail napkin, whatever. I mean, okay, they're supposed to categorize it. They didn't do that. This warrant was executed unjudiciously. Here's what this means. They could put anything they want in them fucking boxes. So they purposely raided the place when they knew he was going to be in New York. Okay? They even went through Melania's clothes. Were they sniffing her crotches? What fucking documents is he going to hide in her fucking dresses? Give me a break. Come on. Okay, this was all... And I know how these fucking raids go. Okay, they purposely damage shit. They purposely try to embarrass you because they know, one, you can't do nothing about it. They break shit. They know you can't put in a homeowner's claim or anything like that. Insurance won't cover it. It's governmental seizure. Anything they take, you're a loss. Anything they break, you're a loss. So they do this shit on purpose. Like I said, I'm no stranger to this. So they removed 12 boxes, I think, from the residence that supposedly contained possible classified information. It's all alleged, but they never documented what they took. So which means they could say Jimmy Hoffa's ball sack was in one of these fucking boxes, and now you got to prove that it wasn't. You see what I mean? This whole thing was a fucking railroad job. All right? They're so desperate to fucking find something. They tried to impeach this man twice. Ugats. They tried to bring him up on charges with this fucking January 6th bullshit, which, without cross-examination, it's fucking useless. It's theater. Okay? So that's bullshit. Okay? His popularity keeps fucking going up. Listen, even Cuomo and Pence weighed in on this in Trump's favor. Cuomo released the tweet that day. Andrew Cuomo, who's no stranger to political fucking problems like that, says, listen, if the DOJ and the FBI want to put a face on this thing and not discredit anything that's going on January 6th, they better fucking release a goddamn statement and do it fast as to why this warrant was executed. Otherwise, the optics of it are not good. Even Mike Pence, who you would think would have an axe to grind, which I'm sure he does, came out and said, this is wrong. You don't fucking raid an ex-president's house over something stupid like this. He didn't commit a crime. Okay, that's the thing. He didn't commit a crime. You raid a fucking gangster. They should have raided fucking Hillary Clinton when her servers were compromised. That was fucking classified information. You didn't even get a slap on the wrist, let alone a subpoena. Okay? Trump, they raid? Even Pence came and said this was fucking bullshit. I bet you he's kicking himself right now. Probably saying, you know what? I probably should have tried to do something. Whether he would have been successful or not is irrelevant at this point. But he should have tried to do something. So now all this did was just galvanize people to Donald Trump. I mean, he's uniting the Republicans like that. If there was any fucking doubt that this guy was going to run in 2024, you could throw that doubt out the window. Because now he's pissed. Listen, you know, the only reason he ran the last time was because he got mocked at a dinner by Obama. And he got fucking twisted. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. And he ran. So I don't know whether they're going to announce it now or after the midterms, but Trump's definitely running. Without a fucking doubt. Okay? Because he's pissed. And I don't blame him. That's wrong. If they could do that to an ex-president over something stupid, imagine what they could do to us. Now, again, the question of how stupid can these fucking people be? You're just going to fucking push him into a run. Okay? They're not going to find nothing on him. They're going to break his balls. You're going to have to go to a deposition, blah, blah, blah. They haven't been able to fucking screw this guy because truthfully, really hasn't fucking committed any crimes. Does he take advantage of tax loopholes for business purposes and shit like that? Of course he does. We all would. I do. Okay? That doesn't make me a criminal. Other things might, but that doesn't. Okay? Now with this fucking IRS thing, they hired 87, that this bill that passed, they hired 87,000 IRS personnel. What do you think that means? They say, oh, they're going to go after the people making over 400 grand a year. That's 1%. It's 1% of the population. What about the other 99? You know how fast? They doubled the size of the IRS. So you know how fast they're going to audit these fucking people? And all these fucking over $400,000 a year people, they're all fucking donating to the DNC. So they're going to find loopholes for them. They're not going to have a fucking problem. So you know who they're going to start coming after? The other 99%. And by doubling the workforce of the IRS, we all have our own personal fucking tax auditors. So we're all fucked. So here's why they decided right at the cusp of passing this bill, big win for the Democrats, yay, they decided to raid Trump's house. You know why? Bait and switch. Because too many questions were coming up about this bill. Too many questions that Biden simply could not answer. It's not an inflation protector. It's going to make it worse. So it's three-card Monty. Okay, they just switched the fucking birdie. That's all. So let's raid Trump's house, and that's what everybody's going to be talking about. And over here, this starts to fade away. You understand? That's how that works. So that was the whole fucking point of raiding Donald Trump's house. They had this planned for a while. Okay? Maybe they killed two birds with one stone. Maybe they just get the fucking optics off of this piece of shit bill that got passed that's going to come back and fuck us all like a guy. We're going to all get dry humped with no fucking lube because of this. Because everybody's paying attention to this bullshit raid. Okay? And let me tell you something. They probably figured it would probe Trump and piss him off, and he might just come right out of his face and go, that's it, I'm running for president, and do it too soon, and that's it. That's all the fucking news would be focused on. If he's smart, he'll keep his mouth shut for a little bit longer. I don't know how much longer, but I'd let them fucking twist a little bit. I would. I'd let them twist. Because they're so fucking terrified of this man. So terrified. Because he's unbuyable. He's unswayable. He's got no fucking problem calling out a Republican who's a fucking rhino, like looking at you, vagina face McConnell, okay? And that other fucking Mitt Romney. He's got no problem about doing that. And he can make a fucking deal with a Democrat if they're fucking lucid enough. So, you know, he's not a politician. He's not a fucking DC swamp rat. And what he really wants to do is take away anybody's term. Like, basically term everybody, like senators and congress people. Like, they can't be there for 50 fucking years. 2 terms and that's it. And that terrifies people. So that's why they don't want him. And that's just my fucking 2 cents on that. So stay tuned on that. Let's see what else unfurls. But in the meantime, get your tickets out, kids. We're about to hop onto that maniacal magical express into mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. All aboard! Woo-hoo! First stop, New York City. I got news for you, kids. We're not getting out of New York tonight. Okay? So, this was another fucking shit show. So Governor Abbott from Texas, you know, they're being overrun with illegals. So this guy, I have to admire this, but I hate it at the same time because it shows balls and it's actually pretty fucking smart on his part. But at the same time, it's just going to make New York even more of a fucking shit show. So they're getting overrun in Texas and Arizona and all that shit. And, you know, their cries for help to the federal government to close the border, send more border patrol, you know, stop with letting these fucking illegals flood is falling on deaf ears. So what does this guy do? He says, all right, I got their attention. So he starts sending them to New York. He starts busing them. Now, the liberals go, oh my God, he's using these people as political pawns. First of all, they're fucking interlopers, okay? Let's call them what they are. They're aliens. They're illegals. They're interlopers, okay? They're only people or citizens when they start fucking paying taxes. That's 1. 2, none of them are being brought here against their will. The majority of these fucking people that come here, they have a family member, a relative, a friend, and they're all in New York. So they asked them, ¿Quieres va a Nueva York? And they go, sí, quiero. And then, okay, there's the bus over there. And these people, they're coming off the bus. You see them, they're all smiling, they're happy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then they go find their friend in New York. Now, Mayor Motherfucker is besides himself because the city can't handle the influx. Now, this is now, keep in mind, they're busing people to D.C., New York City, all the sanctuary cities that say, oh, no, we'll take all the illegals. We think it's inhumane to not let them in the country. Yeah? All right, now they're your fucking problem. And all of a sudden, now they're complaining. We need help. This is unfair. We should send them back to Texas. Why? You wanted them. You said you wanted them. You said you'd welcome them with open arms, but you knew they couldn't fucking get here from Texas. Those are all empty words. Now that they have transportation, you're fucking freaking out. So this goes to show you how uneducated and stupid this fucking man is. He starts talking, you can tell he's just fucking dumb. He's just fucking dumb. He's a dumb motherfucker, okay? Dumb. At least, I can't believe I'm going to say this, at least de Blasio had some kind of education. This guy's a fucking dummy. Okay, he's a fucking momo. So he goes, I'm going to get a couple of New Yorkers and put them on a bus and go down to Texas and do some door knocking. Well, you a fucking moron? That you're guaranteed to get Abbott reelected. First of all, you bring a couple of liberal New Yorkers down to fucking Texas, you're going to be bringing back dead bodies. Okay? This is Texas. They shoot stupid people there. What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking imbecile? Okay? Fucking dumb. Dumb. Okay? Just fucking dumb. So, like I said, I admire Abbott for doing this because what's going to happen is all these liberal crybaby bitches are going to run to the feds and they're going to say, you got to help us. So, in his head, he's probably thinking this is one way to get the feds to step in. You know, just flood out their fucking cities and all of a sudden you'll see some turnabout. I got to admire the guy. That's some fucking balls. For a half a cripple like that, that's some fucking... He's got bigger balls than people that go stand up and walk around. Okay? I know, it's a left-handed Tommy compliment, but you get the idea. All right, next stop, we're going to stay in New York City, the dining sheds. You know when you go through the shit... During COVID, because you couldn't go inside, they had all these, like, shanties set up on the side of the fucking street, right? Where people could sit outside and dine al fresco. Well, they're still there. I don't understand. I was in Queens, like I said, about a month or so ago. I was on Bell Boulevard, and you can't fucking park anywhere. I mean, parking on Bell was a pain in the ass to begin with, but now they got these fucking dining shanties. They still got them in the city. We don't need them. Get rid of them. You got full capacity. COVID's over. Okay? The problem now is the fucking homeless and the junkies are using these things as like an overnight accommodation. And I might have mentioned this before, too, but they're pissing in the fucking thing. You walk through the city in the morning, you see them sleeping. Well, anyway, It was probably a libtard in the East Village was walking, and she's going to work, and she sees two fucking junkies fucking in one of these goddamn things. You get some junkie bitch giving head to some fucking clown who's fucking probably cracked out of his mind, you know, with his slides and his socks, and she's going down on him, and so this fucking idiot's videoing it, so she picks that and goes, stop! Probably had like 2 teeth in her mouth, crackhead, okay? This is what's happening, okay? This is what's happening. We need to get rid of these fucking things. But of course, man, motherfucker, is always focused on the wrong thing. All right, next up, Brooklyn. So, a McDonald's customer in Bed-Stuy was upset that his French fries were cold, so he shot the worker in the neck and killed him. Wow. And people say I have anger issues. Now, listen, the reason I find this hilarious is because I can kind of sympathize with this guy. You know, nothing is worse than having your order fucked up. Like, you know, especially when you got like a taste for something and you get all ready and they fuck it up or it's ice cold. Yeah, I will lose my fucking marbles. I will fucking throw things. I'll go crazy. But I'm not going to shoot somebody because they served me cold French fries. I might call them a fucking retard, but I'm not going to shoot them over it. But this guy took it one step further. But then again, it is Bed-Stuy, so I don't know why anyone should be surprised. Next stop, Albany. Home of the fucking idiot Hochul. So, you ever see those vanity plates on cars? And you ever wondered to yourself, I wonder what I can and cannot put on my car? Well, I'm going to tell you. There are certain plates that the DMV will not allow you to have. They won't issue them because they're considered to be vulgar. So here's some examples. I mean, it's a very long list, but I just picked out my top few that I thought were delightful. Like if you want a license plate that says, fuck Joe Biden, or like F Joe Biden, yeah, that's vulgar. And I really don't understand why. Although, if you wanted one that said, fuck Donald Trump or FD Trump, that's also considered vulgar, and that I can agree with. If you want yes daddy on your license plate, you fucking creep, that's vulgar. If you want a license plate that says MILF dad, that one brings up some questions. Not only is it vulgar, but like, who would put MILF dad on there? Like, I mean, I'm thinking like if I'm an 80-year-old guy and I got a daughter who's hot, but that's kind of fucking just creepy. So who's driving? I want to know who requested the fucking license plate MILF dad, because these are plates that have been requested and turned down. Okay, so somebody actually went, I want my car to say MILF dad. And they said, no, you can't have that, you fucking freak. If you want, you call your license plate to say, fly mofo. That's vulgar. And I don't really agree with that. Somebody might be feeling good about themselves. They're feeling fresh. They're feeling fly. They go, yo, motherfucker, man, I'm a fly mofo. You know what I'm saying, man? All them bitches look at me and go, ooh, Lord, girl, you a fly looking motherfucker, you know? So I want that shit on my 72 Lincoln. But no, you can't have that. If you want a license plate that says booby, and I don't see what's wrong with that. Who doesn't like boobies? Everybody loves boobies. Boobies make people happy. I've never seen anyone look at even a gay. I've never seen anyone look at a boobie and go, nah, just not doing it for me. Even if it's like a not nice boobie. It's like better than no boobie. So I don't understand why boobies is frowned upon. If you want your license plate to say ass man. Now, I can understand. That's a riff on a Seinfeld thing. There was a proctologist on Seinfeld, and that's what he had on his car, ass man, and it was kind of fucking funny. So now everybody in New York wanted to put ass man on their goddamn plate, not realizing that it's ridiculous. But like nowadays, with the monkeypox problem, I agree with them on that one. Yeah, ass man is vulgar. You're just begging for fucking trouble at that one. If you want a license plate that says CNN lies, that's vulgar. I don't agree. I don't agree with that one, because it's the truth. They lie, and then they come out and they say they lied. And then my favorite, if you want your license plate to say "well hung," that's also considered to be vulgar. And again, that's just, maybe it's false advertising for some people. I understand. Depends on the car. Okay, if you see like a little like futzy looking guy in like a Porsche and it says "well hung," you know he's full of shit. Okay, just saying. So yeah. So, be careful what kind of vanity plates you have, kids. All right, your sports update. Well, Major League Baseball, Yankees start their another series with the Red Sox tonight at 7:10. Mets play the Phillies at 7:10, I believe, in Queens. So, last week, I got a funny Yankee story. So last week, Aaron Judge clocks a foul ball into the third baseline, and he hits some fucking guy in the head. So listen, if you're going to sit on the fucking third baseline, expect to get hit with a foul ball. It happens. Okay, I've said it before. So the guy he hit is a pizza shop owner by the name of Paulie G. He owns a place in Greenpoint, Brooklyn called Greenpoint Slices. So he got fucking plugged by this foul ball last Tuesday. And, most people, they want to sue, they want to create a whole fucking problem. I mean, he's got a nice little fucking knot on his head, but he's fine. He says he's so fucking stoned. Matter of fact, I can point this out. The story said he dove in front of his wife to protect her. That's a good man. And he sustained a little crack to that. Now, he's an older guy, but I hope his wife at least, took care of business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he might be a little woozy, as a concussion, but I mean, at least, make the guy feel good. He saved your fucking face with his head. So he took a nice little shot to the head. And you know what? He didn't want free season tickets. He doesn't want anything, outlandish. All he wants is for Aaron Judge to sign the ball. They gave him the ball that hit him in the head. That's all. That's all he wants. Maybe come to the pizza shop and sign the ball, take a picture. And I sincerely hope Aaron Judge does this. If you're a fucking gentleman, if you want to be a true New Yorker, take your ass to fucking Brooklyn. It's only a couple stops on the subway. Go to this guy's pizza place, buy a couple of pies, take a few pictures, sign the ball, kiss his forehead, and get the fuck out of there. All right? I sincerely hope they do that. Well, anyway, after this whole debacle, the Yankees still lost. And Pete Rose is making some headlines. Yep, old Charlie Hustle. Now, listen, some of you young whippersnappers don't know who Pete Rose is. Some of you might remember he was the manager of the Cincinnati Reds, and he got thrown out of baseball, and he's banned from the Hall of Fame because he was betting on baseball games. He's a degenerate gambler. I go even further than that with Pete Rose. I remember his playing days. He was part of the 1980 Phillies World Series champions. Okay? Old Charlie Hustle. So they were having a celebration or an anniversary thing for the 1980 World Series championship at Citizens Bank Park. And they invited the whole team, and the team said, listen, you got to invite Pete. Okay, he was part of the team. He's the reason why we got the fucking, we got the trophy to begin with, because this guy could fucking hit, man. He was a fucking rocket. So they invited Pete Rose. Now, Pete Rose is a fucking problem. I don't dislike the guy, okay? Yeah, he's a degenerate gambler. He makes his living today these days just putting his autograph on anything. So, I mean, he does okay, I guess. But anyhow, at the time he was playing for the Phillies, he supposedly had an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old girl. Now, before you fall off the fucking chair, it was consensual. Now, yeah, is it creepy for a 30-something-year-old guy to be banging a 16-year-old broad? Absolutely. I myself would never date anybody who was under the age of 35, to be honest, because it's just weird. But apparently he likes them young. But this was a consensual relationship that went on for years. Now, yeah, he was married, he had kids. This was his side piece. And she would fly to Cleveland to fuck him. She would go here to fuck him. This was her thing. So it wasn't statutory rape. It was poor judgment on the girl's part. It was creepiness on Pete Rose's part, but it was still a consensual relationship. Let's make that very clear. And at 16 years old, they know what the fuck they're doing, okay? They're not that impressionable. So anyway, he had this alleged relationship. And it wasn't a problem until later in years. This broad probably needed some money, so she released the story. And at that point, she couldn't really press charges or do anything because statute of limitations had come and gone. However, it got a lot of bad press. Optics of it aren't good, especially because it's Pete Rose. So these fucking reporters are just fucking garbage. So he comes back to Citizens Bank Park for this 1980 celebration. He agrees to, answer questions for the press corps. And the first fucking thing some broad, the first thing this bitch asks him, so what, don't you feel terrible or something coming back here after all these allegations of you having an inappropriate relationship? He goes, listen, he says, I'm here for the Phillies. I'm here for the Philly fans. He says, that was 50 years ago. He says, who cares what happened 50 years ago, babe? He called her babe. That was his fucking response. Now, he wasn't being a dick. That's just, I guess, how he talks. And I can understand young fucking, lefty reporter go, oh my God, that was sexist. It was misogynist. It was an offensive term. He called me babe. I saw this broad. Ain't too many people calling her babe. So, I mean, she should have taken it as a fucking compliment. But anyway, they cut him out of the fucking ceremony. He was there, but, they blocked him out. They didn't want, it's fucking Pete Rose. Anyhow, let's talk. We got a lot of sports to talk about today. NFL, preseason football is back, okay? Yeah, you know what that means? Summer's over. Okay? Comes and goes pretty fucking quick. So, first preseason game was last night. New York Giants, New England Patriots. Thankfully, the Giants won 23-21. It was a tight fucking game. Now, the Giants pretty much had a strong lead over the Pats up until the fourth quarter with less than 5 minutes remaining. They blew their fucking lead, okay? Pats scored a touchdown. So they had a 1-point lead on the Giants. I said, this is how this fucking game is going to end. Thankfully, they moved the ball down the field enough that they could win the game on a field goal. But let me tell you something. If this is any indication as to how the rest of the season is going to go, it's going to be a long fucking season. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Jets and Eagles tonight at 7:30. Saints play the Texans Saturday at 8 o'clock. And Sunday's game, Vikings and Raiders at 4:25. NHL, the Rangers finally fucking named a captain. Jacob Troubadour is their new captain. I really thought it was going to go to Kreider. But here's the thing, and my friend Nicky pointed this out to me the other day. He goes, you know what? Here's the thing. Kreider doesn't show up all the time, player-wise. He's not consistent. However, Trouber, fucking always spot on. So they were co-captains last year, which I hate that shit. But this year they finally said, you know what? You're the skipper. I like that. I'm happy with that. Let's just, we came so close last year. Let's just hope next year's the year, kids. Don't worry. Hockey season's right around the corner. It starts in October. So before you know it, we'll be seeing the puck drop. So, and what the fuck is that? We're going to talk about Kesha's dress. Now, take a look at this. Wow. Just fucking wow. Great tits. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kesha is, she's a pop singer. She had some popularity a while back. She's starting to come back. She has a lot of songs out there. One of my favorites, though, I actually do like her. One of my favorites was the song TikTok. She goes, woke up this morning feeling like P. Diddy. Grab my glasses out the door. I'm going to hit this city. Before I leave, I brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack because when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back. My kind of fucking broad. She tastes like Jack Daniels and has spectacular tits. Now, let me tell you something. Okay? I'm not a prude. I mean, I told you. Everybody loves a nice tit. Okay? Especially an accidental one. Like that. See, that's an accidental tit. So, if you see, an accidental boob, it just makes your day better. If you're having a fucking bad day and you see, a boob, it just makes itself, somebody flashes you. Okay? It's not cheating if you didn't ask them. If you're just walking down the street and someone goes, hey, look at these. That's nice. That's fun. See? Again, even if they're not that great. Okay, if they're spectacular tits, it's even better. You should go place a bet. Go to the track or something. Okay, you see accidental tits like you're scrolling through something on Google. You come across this. You go, whoa, okay. Your date just got better. But here's my problem with this. I think they're spectacular. I think she's gorgeous. But if she was my chick, I'd break her fucking head before she left the house like that. It's true. Okay? You know, if you're out somewhere and you see a broad walking around like that, you're going to look. You know, oh, fucking nice rack. But, I wouldn't hit on that chick. She could come over to me and fucking flirt with me and basically tell me she want to bang me. And I'd say, no. Because all the mystery's gone. Everybody in the fucking place has seen your tits. If that was my chick and she was walking around like that, I got you. You didn't leave the house like that. I don't want my girl looking like a putan. You want to do that around me, that's fine. You know, if I'm home, you're walking around like that, cleaning the house, hey, that's great. Okay, you want to make dinner like that, you want to just sit on the couch and watch television, your tits hanging out, that's fucking spectacular. I'm all for it. Let's do it. But you go out of the house like that, no. Okay, have a little dignity. Plus, you don't want anybody else looking at your girl. You don't want them, you know, I mean, if they look, they're going to look and think, oh, nice rack. But you don't want them to actually know what they look like. That's for you. Those are mine. Leave them alone, okay? That's how I'm just, yeah, I know. People go, my God, that's misogynistic. Fuck you. That's what I say, okay? First of all, okay, women who say that, like, oh my God, he's objectifying artists. Women are the fucking worst. Because you know what? You little bitches can get away with actually sexually assaulting other women. All right? Yeah, I've seen it all the time. Women go, oh my God, you have such nice tits. And they're touching it like strangers. They're friends. They're like all in there. They're banging them on their fucking head. If I tried to do that, I'd be doing 25 to life. You see young women doing it, old women doing it. They're all playing with each other's tits. They'll go up to a fucking stranger. Oh my God, your nipples are hard. And they just start touching them. Like, what are you doing? Like, if I did that, I'd be in handcuffs. So, you know, just because I commented on them, don't go, oh my God, that's sexist. It's disgusting. Fuck you. I'm right or racist. Let's put the spectacles on. Speaking of women, female serial killers are more likely to kill for financial gain and revenge than male serial killers, per a 2015 Psychology Today report. Well, that's right. Female serial killers, where gold diggers and grave diggers unite. Okay? Bad bitch, fuck you up. All right, kids, your PSA. We finally got there. This has been a pet peeve of mine for some time now. People who fist pound instead of a handshake. You're basically just telling me you're mentally feeble. Now, here's what I mean. First of all, I think this is stupid. I always thought it was stupid. You know, but if that's the way you typically greet somebody, like if you got a friend or something, you just pound fist, fine. But when I stick my hand out to shake your hand and you go, oh, let's do this instead, I want to punch you in the fucking mouth. First of all, I find it very insulting. Do I look fucking germy? I shower 9 times a day. Matter of fact, I have to take one after the show. Okay? So when you go to somebody, and anytime somebody does that to me, ooh, I get on a jaw. They go, no, I don't know where your fucking fist is, Ben. Well, no, I don't, you know what? You just told me you're stupid. I'd rather not talk to you. Yeah. I did that to a guy I know. Every time I shake, he goes like this. I said, let me tell you something, motherfucker, you put your fist in my face one more fucking time, I'm going to rip it off your goddamn arm and shove it up your own ass. Either you shake my hand like a fucking man, or go home and finger your own pussy. Okay? Fist it, you fucking retard. I hate that shit. Anyway, stay COVID-less, kids. No mask, don't ask. Haters can kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? It's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you.